Welcome to South Africa, and to a special episode of Out of the Box. By now you know this is a web series that follows the Duotone team throughout the biggest events and everything that happens outside of the box. We're here in Bloberg, a suburb of Cape Town, for the highly anticipated Big Air season. The anticipation is peaking as this year more than ever, people are chomping at the bit to send some big jumps, and what a better place to do so than right here in South Africa. It's the first season back in full swing after the pandemic shocked the world. So let's dive into it and see what the Cape Doctor has in store. Before we get ahead of ourselves, let's get a little breakdown of the main kite spots in the surrounding area. Starting off at the well-known Sunset Beach, working our way up the north coast. Sunset was originally a windsurfing spot, and in the later years, the kiters started popping up here to start off their downwinders. So don't be surprised if a few windsurfers are shouting at you when you're in their launching area. They can get quite territorial. But keep smiling and share the stoke. Down the coast a few kilometers, you'll find Dolphin Beach. This spot is the classic go-to Cape Town session, with some playful waves and plenty of wind. You can find kiters there in any conditions, as long as the wind is blowing. So be sure to get down there early, as parking can be a nightmare. Within walking distance downwind is the classic Kite Beach, the new home of King of the Air, and where you'll find most of the big air names in kiteboarding pushing themselves on the water. Kite Beach works best in your standard southeast winds and any tides. Keep heading north and you'll find the local watering hole / kite spot called Pakalolos, or Pakos. This is where most people call it a day and finish their sunset sessions with a beer or two at the classic bar just off the car park. Here you'll find everyone from the Joes and Pros talking shop and having loads of bands. Just try not get stuck into Pakos scene, it can consume tourists quickly. Just around the bend at coastline you'll have the famous Big Bay, a spot deep in the heart of big air kiteboarding. It was here where we saw the resurge of the King of the Air, which has ran here since 2013 before moving to Kite Beach in 2018. Big Bay works in all conditions but generally takes a little longer to get windier than the other kite spots further south. Following the coastline and you'll find the notorious wave spot Hakkat, which is a point break that breaks on a bed of rocks close to the shore. It works on medium to southwest big swell, and ideally on a dropping tide. Now that you know the main kite spots in the zone, but we are barely scratching the surface, there are loads of other spots scattered around Cape Town that just require a little bit more driving. Spots like Misty Cliffs, Langebaan, etc. You just need to tread carefully and know the right locals to show you the ins and outs. Now that you know the main kite spots, the next thing you need to know is about fueling up. We have some insane amount of really good restaurants for any budget, like News Cafe, Vida, Trecastelli's, and many more. But one would like to highlight, and a team favourite, is Bootleggers, the iconic breakfast spot right behind Kite Beach. So let's pop in there and see who we can run into.
We're having a coffee right now and we're gonna travel around and see what Cape Town has to offer.
These winds can reach over 40 knots, and the cross-shore conditions that it delivers are ideal to say the least for big air kiteboarding. Lining up perfectly with the southwest swell that wraps into the bay, it creates the perfect recipe for some big air perfection. Big winds plus big kickers equals big air. This is why one of the biggest events of its time has relaunched in these extreme conditions. Redbull King of the Air. King of the Air, or KOTA, has set the benchmark for big air kiteboarding over the last 10 years and formulated rapid growth in the scene with icons like Aron Hadlow, Ruben Lenton, Nick Jacobson and Kevin Langare taking things to the next level. This year's KOTA did not disappoint, and we even saw Ayrton Kozolino hanging with the twin tip riders on his strapless surfboard. So let's catch up with some of the Duotone family and friends at this year's event.
There we go, backfield portal.
We're about to go into the riders area to see what's happening with the crew. What's up, brother? Who's in Liam? I'm with Liam. You with Liam today? Yeah. Yeah? It's okay. Who's in your heat?
My heat?
Yeah.
I think there's some Frenchies.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Too many Frenchies.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna kick their ass.
What's your go-to trick?
Kite loop board off.
Yeah? Yeah?
It's quite sick. It scores high.
Yeah? How high?
Legit
You get like a 10?
I think so.
Yeah? You put the kite super low? Yeah,
Of course. What else?
That's what matters. That's what matters.
Edgar taught me well.
Yeah. He's showing the boys how to do it these days.
Huge! Whoa, this is big! Oh my word! Surely you can't stick that. On the line!
Want to see the rodeo handle pass?
Rodeo under pass.
Yeah.
I can do that.
You can?
Yeah.
I want to see it. First trick.
Maybe the last trick.
Yes.
Now, why you wanna kill me in the first trick?
So what happens if you end up in a heat with Ayrton?
I'll be actually stressing a little bit, man.
Yeah?
To be honest, yeah.
The stress that a strapless rider is going to beat you?
Yeah. I don't want to have that on my CV, that's for sure.
No, you can't put that on the CV.
No. So, and I saw the man ride.
Fuck, he's killing it, eh?
He's really good, yeah, I'm so impressed.
Surely KOTA and Cape Town are the ultimate stage for big air growth and providing ground for the up and coming who want to show what they have in the bag. Similar to the Hawaiian pipeline in the surfing world, if you want to respect from other riders, the industry and sponsors, no matter what, you're going to have to throw down here and prove you can tame the Cape Doctor. People tend to either show up or blow up. You won't be the first to go home completely broken. With that being said, there has been rapid growth in new contenders that are arguably giving the legends a run for their money.
When I go in the water, I pushing always my limits. This is my goal in the water.
A bunch of kids with something to prove and a new outlet to do so with the Big Air Kite League, or the BAKL as the kids like to call it. More and more events have been popping up as the Big Air Kite League tour is growing, and of course Cape Town is on the cards. This tour, although very new, has come around at the perfect time to showcase some new athletes. BAKL's main objective is to push the up and coming and to help them grow into some of the top big air riders in the world and to give them a platform to do so. This year's event saw a large amount of drums pushing the limit, such as Duotone youngblood Lorenzo Casati finding himself at the top of the podium. Let's catch up with Lorenzo and get a run through how his event went.
So guys, just finished my hit. It was against my teammate Andrea, and just got the result that I arrived first. And yeah, full sand, guys.
Now I find the energy, so I'm ready for my next hit, guys. I'm super ready now. Full sand, full sand.
Just finished my semi-final and it went really well, and I think I just passed in the final, so I will have the final really soon and it will be epic. Yo!
And in first place is Lorenzo Cassati.
Have you ever wondered what makes Cape Town so unique, and the forever growing crowd that flocks to this kiteboarding capital? As mentioned before, it has the iconic Cape Doctor, so iconic that she even has her own Wikipedia page. The Cape Doctor is the local name for the strong wind, often persistent and dry southeasterly wind that blows on the South African coast from spring to late summer. Now that you know the ins and outs, the do's and don'ts of Cape Town, it's time to wrap it all up with a big air highlight reel. Let's head down to the beach and see who we can find. That's a wrap from Cape Town. We've had a lekker time putting this episode together, and if you've liked this episode and want to see more of the Duotone family and friends, be sure to comment below, share and subscribe.
I'll stick to the beer. Welcome to this episode of Arsenal.